Hello, Jags. I'm Mary Hawkins Butler, and I am honored to be your mayor. I'm your biggest fan. Not only do you compete athletically, but also academically. Oh, we are so proud of you. You compete locally, you compete regionally, and nationally. We know that the time is now. You can make your mark. Go out and get it. Nothing is impossible. We are behind you, and we love you.
At Merit Health Medical Group, our mission is to provide high-quality health care in a convenient hometown location. Our team of primary and specialty care providers is here to take care of your family's immediate medical needs. With over 30 clinics and numerous specialties in Central Mississippi, we're here to help you live a happier, healthier life. Merit Health Medical Group. Good health is just around the corner.
At Mac Hike, football is in our blood. It's about teamwork, hard work, and dedication, kind of like selling cars. And Mac Hike, well, we're the best in the game. You won't find lower prices on new trucks anywhere else than at Mac Hike. No matter what brand you pick, you always get up to $14,000 off MSRP on your new Ford, Ram, or Chevrolet. And that's what's called having skin in the game. Visit any of our 5 Mac Hike locations today.
Get that great Mac Hike feeling.
Quality, integrity, and excellence. Kincaid's Fine Clothing, Old Town Square, Ridgeland.
Welcome to the Coach Anthony Hart Show here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com, and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3. As always, brought to you by Kincaid's Fine Clothing. And we appreciate you being here, Coach. A nice win over the Murrah Mustangs, 24-0. Go to 6-0 in the conference, 2-0 in the district. On obviously a tough sled out there on that track. I know rain, which we've been all hoping for a long, long time, but Hughes Field just wasn't ready for it. It was a mess.
You know, it looked like it'd been raining for a month on Hughes Field. You know, instead of 3 or 4 hours, it looked like 3 or 4 months. So, you know, it was a pretty tough field conditions for us, but, you know, went over there saying, let's get our second region win, which we did.
Well, and what it was, you had to go play it, and that's what we did. Obviously, defensively, I know you had to been pleased. They didn't have first down in half, and I think the only first down they got, or only earned 1 first down, I believe. The other one came off a penalty. But the defense they played lights out. Hayes Buffkin with 12 tackles, 3 for a loss. Nick Carter, 7 tackles and a quarterback sack, and Joseph Perryman with 7 tackles. And then you had seven sophomores get tackles in the game.
You know, we did. I think we only had 1 senior on the field as far as starters go, and you know, I don't think they'd have scored no matter how many quarters we played, because our guys on defense were just tuned in to what they were doing, and we were very physical up front and all over, and it was just a great night for us on defense.
10 tackles for a loss on the night. Defensively, Madison Central came to play. I thought Murrah had some athletes over there. It just seemed like, as you said, it almost looked like we knew what they were going to do before they did it.
Yeah, it was. We had clean reads on everything they did, and our kids executed what we wanted to do. And you know, we made tackles. We didn't miss a lot of tackles, and you know, dominated that side of the ball completely.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I was hoping for no rain, because I was thinking if it rained that we were going to see the gray jerseys, and we did. So that's the rain gear for them. The mud jerseys, you know, those are my favorite, Coach. So they're hard to see the numbers, but hey,
they are easy to clean.
They're easy to clean. I knew exactly when y'all got off the bus. Baxter told me that same thing. I said, well, that's the ones they are easy to wash. Obviously, a nice victory. You're 2-0 in the conference, 6-0 overall. Coach, have been riding this unbroken streak so far, so long, and hope to continue it. I know you like to embrace that. You don't try to temper it. You embrace it.
Yeah, you got to. You know, as long as you don't lose, you have to embrace it. You don't have any other choice. You know, you talk to the kids about not being so sold on that and continue to try to get better. But it is what it is. You'd rather win them all than not.
I would like to win them all myself, Coach. That sounds like a good plan. Let's keep that up. We'll continue with more here on the Coach Anthony Hart Show here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com, and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3.
In Madison, see your good neighbor State Farm agent Rodney Stokes for your insurance and financial needs.
Whether you're looking for a mortgage to help with that starter home, want to start saving for law school, need a business loan for your bakery, or a personal loan for your dream car, we'll be here. No matter what your financial goals may be, we can help tailor a plan to help you reach them.
Accidents aren't planned. Mississippi Sports Medicine Orthopedic Urgent Care. You're in, you're out. You're better.
It's game day. All you should be worried about is the score, because we've got the food covered. With fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, crispy crinkle cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Hey, it's a beautiful day in Georgia blue. It's like a home-cooked meal. How mama makes you feel, that's what we do. Oh yeah. The time is now to make memories with all your friends. We'll be looking for you, so y'all come on in. This family around here, it's Georgia blue.
Welcome back to the Coach Anthony Hart Show here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com, and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3. As always, brought to you by Kincaid's Fine Clothing. As again, Coach, 24-0 over Murrah. I thought defensively they did show that they had a few athletes there on defense. They had some speed and were able to keep us in check there for a while. I think as much as that as it was the field conditions as well. Couldn't really cut, couldn't do the things that we like to do. But, you know, still put up 24 points. I know you probably like to got it done a little bit quicker, but I think most of that was probably because of field conditions, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was hard. You know, all you could really do is run downhill. You know, you couldn't do a lot of outside running and making cuts. You're going to be on the ground. So we were limited in what we could do. But we knew how well we were playing on defense. So we just it was what it was. We ran it downhill and threw it just a little bit in the first half, and you know that was about our choices.
6 different rushers. Duke had 13 carries, 55 yards, 2 TDs. I know he's glad to be back there carrying the ball again. Greg Hollins had 31 yards. Javarius Jordan, 26 yards and a TD. Got to look at Keyshawn Cornelius as well, a young man that got to play out there on Friday night.
Yeah, he did. And Tate Collins, you know, our backup quarterback, you know, he's going to be a good one for us, sophomore. Got to play the whole second half, which I think is good for him to get out there in real action. And, you know, he's got a bright future for us.
He certainly got the size to play quarterback.
Yeah, he's a big guy that can run and throw the football.
Jimmy, 5 of 7 for passing for 39 yards. You really couldn't do a whole lot of that, even though it wasn't raining. But it was just the ball. It was just wet and it was nasty, and it was hard to do that. But he's still to be able to go 5 of 7 when we did need to throw it.
Yeah, we just had to throw the short stuff and do the best we could with it. But again, it was just a night that was tough to do a lot of things we like to do offensively.
And another hot night. But the weather going to break this week and for tonight's game. And be a much more comfortable night for football.
Yeah, it will be. You know, it's time. You know, we're first part of October, second game, of course, and it's been hot for a long time, and I think it kind of maybe wore on us a little bit the last couple of weeks, but it's going to really be a refresher for the kids.
Coach, I think it wears on everybody, whether
sure
it's band
does.
members, cheerleaders, or the broadcast video crew. The heat gets to us all. After a while, I think, like you said, you don't get conditioned; you just get tired of it. But it's certainly been tremendously warm, and this new weather we've got is certainly going to make things a lot better. Let's talk about Warren Central when we come back here on the Coach Anthony Hart Show here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com, and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3.
Nobody does spicy chicken like Wendy's. And now, spicy nuggets are back. So all hail the Queen of Spice. That's right. And get a free 6-piece when you mobile order through the app.
Welcome back to the Coach Anthony Hart Show, as always brought to you by Kincaid's Fine Clothing, here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com, and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3. Warren Central coach comes to town. We've already been to Vicksburg, not to play them, but they'll come to the Jungle. It's certainly going to be good to be back home. Warren Central 4-2 overall, 2-0 in the district, just as us. Their 2 losses against 2 good teams, Brandon and Pearl.
Yeah, Warren Central's a really good football team, and you know, our history with Warren Central is very competitive, and they're going to be a team that's going to be hungry and play hard just like we feel like we do, and so it's going to be a big battle for us.
I think they're all big battles from here on out.
They are.
There's no doubt about it. And, of course, as we know, Coach, they would like to come in here and knock us off, being at the top of the pedestal. They average about 22 points a game. They're real balanced, 177 yards what they average on the ground, 134 yards through the air. And they're balanced on offense, but defensively they're pretty salty.
Yeah, they're good up front on defense. They always are, and you know they're going to be real aggressive and get after us. And you know we just have to counter that because you know we know what it's going to be like. We've talked about it all week, and you know our kids just going to have to respond and give it back a little bit.
Their defense has 14 sacks, 5 interceptions. They're a gritty team. Warren Central. Madison Central's 13-4 against the Vikings. 10 of those games have been one-score games, and it always seems like it comes down to the end with those things.
You know, I've talked to the kids about that this week. The last 4 games we've won all 4. The largest margin of victory has been 7. The closest has been 2. We've had a double overtime and then a last-second play against them a couple years ago in the playoffs. So it's just tough every time we play them. There's not much margin of difference between us and them, and we just going to have to make plays and execute.
Coach, it's been a month since we played in the Jungle, and it's good to be home tonight, isn't it?
Yes, it is. We are glad to be here.
Be in front of the fans and everybody, be in our own locker room, get our own little procedure going that we go along with. And, of course, it's not only that, it's good for everybody, included all the other things that go along with it, whether it be cheerleaders or the band or anything like that. And I know it's good for them to be at home as well, to get to perform in front of that home crowd. And specifically talking about the Jaguar Band.
Yes, you know, one thing they got going on this weekend, Saturday, I believe their time is 4:30 at Pearl. They'll be having their state competition, and we have a great band, and you know anybody that can go out there and support them and watch them perform. We have great band directors. You know, we have a great relationship with those guys, and it's just nice to be at a place where everything's important and we all respect and work with each other, and they just do an awesome job of what they do.
It's one of the bigger ones I've seen in many schools, and they get it done. There's no doubt about that, and it's fun to watch them. I love to watch them do it, and I love to watch them also during the games, you know, where they go back and forth with the other band. It's like a competition to them, too.
Saturday will be the only time all year I get to see them perform. We'll go to Pearl and watch them, and that'll be the only time I get to see them.
Well, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Always am.
All right, Coach, let's get after those Vikings and get a win. Let's go to 3-0 in the district, and I'd like to wish you, the patrons, the players, the coaches, staff, everybody involved with the Jaguars the best of luck. Let's see if we can get a W here tonight in the Jungle.
Thank you.
All right, you've been listening and watching the Coach Anthony Hart Show, brought to you by Kincaid's Fine Clothing. As always on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com, and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3. We'll return to the field after this timeout.
You made a promise to work, to lend a hand, to push, to build, to invest yourself, to make a difference. You made a promise, and so did we. To Mississippi, to each other. Bank Plus, it's more than a name, it's a promise.